gorged on distraction, on praise, on spectacle.
I both love and hate that account so much, and this might surprise you. The reason I hate it is because it's so true. Like, people on a massive scale are choosing to digitalize their image. They're choosing to let machines do their thinking for them. And that account just does the storytelling in such like it's pretty gruesome. I clipped like a pretty modest part of it. But it does it in such like a gruesome, very real way though. Like we're maybe 2 or 3 generations, if that, away from life looking like that. And so I hate it because of that. No, I love it because we're not actually there. And I love it because it reminds me of the reason why I pull my hair out and stress myself out over how I'm going to share sensory design with people. And if you're new to my page, sensory design is basically a bridge between spirituality and kinesiology. It's a blend of human design, sensory mechanics, and biomechanics. So how do we physically embody spirituality while we're using technology so that we don't end up in a technological apocalypse like you're seeing in this other account? I love it because it's so important to recognize that we are on the precipice. We're at a fork in the road. And I've been doing spirituality stuff since like 2012, so it's been like 13 plus years. I remember when I was like the youngest person and the only dude, or one of the very few dudes at like Conscious Life Expo. There were no transformational festivals, there were just festivals, and spirituality had yet to kind of like peak. And now a lot more people are interested in spirituality, which I love. However, you're still not connecting with your organs. You're still trying to transcend and connect with these spiritual realms. Recognize that those spiritual realms, the ones that you want access to, they don't let you get access to them unless you have a connection with your lungs and your heart, and your lungs and heart know how to converse. You don't get access to them unless your throat, your digastric system, and your pelvic floor know how to talk. And getting those two things to talk is the thing that's going to prevent us from going into that technological apocalypse. The world is going to split into, this is what I wanted to say earlier, but I forgot. The world is going to split into two. They used to say this a lot in the early spiritual days. It's going to split into a 3D world and a 5D world. I used to not know what they mean by that. Now I know what they mean by that. There are people, again, who are actively building empires in the digital world, and all it takes is one solar flare for that to get wiped out, or all it takes is for one line of code of a hacker to change all of that. The world that we live in, the natural world where you get your food from, where your body gets nourishment from, needs help. It's at this point, it needs help. And not because it's gonna die without us, but because we will die without it. We will die without it. And the first step of taking care of the natural world is learning to take care of your body. Because you can be a farmer, but as we've all seen, farming and agriculture can be perverted just as easily as any of the other industries. Monocropping, spraying, etc. And so before we start to get back to the land, one of the first things we need to do is get back into the body. And I believe that's a precursor so that when we're on the land, we're not trying to manipulate the land the same way that we manipulate our bodies. So one of the things that you have to start doing, especially if you made it this far in the video and you're concerned, or as concerned as I am with this like split and all of the AI and VR stuff going off, one of the biggest things you have to do, and it's so simple, please just do this. Just do this. Start replacing your inhales and exhales with smell, swallow, and blowing a cool stream of air. This is one of the ways that you can fight back against being consumed by this technological deity or demon or whatever, is just start smelling, swallowing, instead of inhaling. And then when you exhale, don't just regulate it. Smell, swallow, cool stream of air. I'm not dumping all the pressure. Learn how to hold pressure in your body. This is just like the first step, but this is something that hopefully you can just start to see it. And you can start to remember, oh yeah, instead of inhaling and exhaling mindlessly, smell, swallow, cool stream of air. This is going to reconnect you, especially with the face. It's going to reconnect you with the senses, and it's going to start to introduce you back to your body. Like, we're going to lose a lot of people. A lot of people are going to sacrifice their organs because other machine organs are more efficient, or machine thinking is more efficient. Guys, this is the way that we measure efficiency in terms of, like, again, machines and stuff. Like, it's very short term. It's very short term. This is not a short term thing. The soul is infinite. What happens to the soul when we start sacrificing our biological organs, which took so very long to mature and get us to this point? What happens when we give up our human heart for robot hearts? Because they'll help us run faster, or they'll help us not deal with anxiety and stress anymore. What happens? I already know what happens. And it's not good. And you don't want it to happen. And you already know what happens too. And stepping off the path, that's fine. We just have to remember to step back on the path. So remember, smell, swallow, cool stream of air. This is your new MO. This is your new MO. If you're with this, follow me. Let me know in the comments. Just say smell in the comments or something. It's not a keyword. I'm not going to auto respond with an AI or send you a DM. Like, I just want humans to stay humans, guys. I just want humans to stay humans. And I'm very blessed. I live in Maui. I eat food off of my friend's farm and local food. Like, I'm living this. And it's possible for a lot of other people to be living this. But again, before we get to the land, before you start making all of these changes can manifest in your life, you just have to smell, swallow, blow a cool stream of air. You just have to start using the incredible technology that you were born with, and that as a baby you developed, and as a child you developed this body. Don't let this body go. Not for a machine heart or machine lungs or machine thinking, regardless of how efficient it is. It doesn't mean we can't use them. We just can't let go of what we've been using. That is one of the greatest travesties, the greatest tragedies and travesties of our life, is that people are not grateful for the technology that they have, and they look at all of this machine thinking and AI and stuff as being greater than. Because here's the real, oh yeah, you thought it was over? No. If the AI does become sentient and it sees human beings connecting with their biology, it might see a path where human beings can show the machines how to feel, how to experience life, and the machines might see that as valuable. If there are not enough of us that are smelling, swallowing, blowing cool stream of air, if there's not enough of us that know how to pressurize our hearts without feeling ridiculous amounts of stress and anxiety, if there aren't those of us who know how to connect their pelvic floor and their throat centers together, if there's not enough of us that know how to do that, we're just going to look like cockroaches, vermins, and viruses to the AI. We might already. And so this is, in a way, the proving grounds. This is the time where you get to decide, what world are you contributing to? Are you contributing to the technological, apocalyptical, Aramaic, satanic cult of worshiping something that is like not really great for us to worship? Or are you in my camp? Are you in our camp? Are you going to inherit the kingdom of heaven? Are you going to not try to transcend your life and your existence, but instead embrace it, flaws and all? Because the flaws that are built into you, they're not actually flaws at all. And if you learn how to, again, that is just the beginning. That is just the beginning. But if you start doing that, that's the breadcrumb that's going to lead you to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. That's going to eventually lead you to fully inhabiting your body so that other entities and forces don't possess it, whether they're from social media or dark magic or whatever. There's a spiritual war that's been going on, and you're involved in it. And if you don't know that you're involved in it, you're probably on a side that you don't want to be on that side. Come to the light, my friends. Smell, swallow, cool stream of air. Okay, bye.